What shapes a person's life? Is it their upbringing, their environment, or something more? This question is particularly poignant when we delve into the early years of Eileen Huber. Born into a seemingly ordinary family, her childhood was anything but. From a young age, she was exposed to a harsh reality, characterized by a troubled family life and an education that slipped through her fingers like sand. External influences played their part too. The neighborhood she grew up in was riddled with crime, painting a grim picture of what life could be. These influences, coupled with a lack of guidance, set the stage for a young Eileen to veer off the straight and narrow. It was a perfect storm that created a whirlwind, spiraling her towards a life that many of us cannot fathom. From these humble and challenging beginnings, Eileen Huber was set on a path that would lead her to a life of crime and ultimately redemption. Eileen Huber, along with her boyfriend and their gang, would soon be known for a series of deadly robberies across Southern California. A wave of crime swept the region in the early 90s, with Eileen and her crew at the helm. Their spree was marked by audacity and violence, leaving communities in a state of constant fear and tension. Local businesses, once bustling hubs of community life, were transformed into crime scenes. Innocent lives were disrupted, and the sense of security that once defined these neighborhoods was shattered. This was no petty theft operation, but a full-fledged reign of terror. The crimes were not random, but calculated. Every strike was a meticulously planned operation. The gang's audacity began to resonate across the state, making them one of the most notorious criminal groups of the era. Yet their reign couldn't last forever. In the blink of an eye, Eileen Huber had gone from a troubled child to a feared criminal. However, as with all things, the criminal spree had to come to an end. In the early 90s, law enforcement finally caught up with Eileen Huber, her boyfriend, and their gang. The capture was not without drama, a tense showdown that marked the end of their reign of terror. Following her arrest, Eileen faced a grueling trial. Prosecutors presented a mountain of evidence, tying her to multiple deadly robberies across Southern California. The defense did what they could, but the weight of the evidence was overwhelming. The jury did not deliberate for long. Eileen was found guilty. The verdict was a stark reminder of the consequences of her actions. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, a sentence that shocked her and marked a drastic change in her life trajectory. Eileen Huber was now facing the reality of her actions, locked away from the world she once roamed freely. Prison is a place for punishment, but also for reflection. And for Eileen Huber, her time behind bars was no different. It was a period of introspection, of grappling with the weight of her actions and their devastating consequences. Eileen found herself navigating the harsh realities of prison life, a stark contrast to the adrenaline-fueled chaos of her earlier years. But amidst this, she began to seek a path towards rehabilitation. She participated in various programs aimed at personal growth and development, a far cry from the life of crime she once led. She also started to share insights about her actions, expressing remorse and acknowledging the pain she had caused. It was a journey of self-discovery, of confronting the darkest parts of her past and striving to make amends. Even behind bars, Eileen Huber was beginning to change, reflecting on her past and hoping for a better future. After serving her time, Eileen was given a second chance at life. The prison gates opened for her in the early spring of 2022, marking the beginning of her journey towards rehabilitation. On parole, she found herself navigating a world vastly different from the one she left behind. But Eileen didn't shy away from the challenge. She committed herself to making amends, starting with small steps like finding employment and reconnecting with her family. Eileen also sought therapy, an essential part of her rehabilitation process. She learned to confront her past, understand her actions, and forge a path towards a more positive future. But Eileen's journey didn't stop at personal growth. She used her experiences to contribute to society, working with organizations that aim to help ex-convicts reintegrate into the community. Eileen Huber's life is a testament to the power of change and the possibility of redemption, even in the most dire of circumstances.